Welcome to AI in 5. I'm your host, Simon Chris. Joining me today is Samantha Middlebrook. Samantha's the Vice President of Product Strategy at Upland Software, and we're going to be chatting about the data and knowledge that drives AI. Hi Samantha, thanks for joining AI in 5. I know you're here in the same city as me in Melbourne. Let's just jump right in. We've only got 5 minutes. You and I have often talked about the role that knowledge plays in AI. And the question I commonly get, and I'd love your opinion on, is, well, if I don't have a knowledge management system, does that mean I have to go out and find one and get all of my company information and cut it all up and put it before I can even start something with AI? Is that
Yeah, I love this question. Thanks for having me. And I love that we're actually in the same city. That rarely happens for us. So, I mean, the important thing to think about is knowledge isn't a one size fits all, Simon. Different organizations have different needs. And it's more than that. Different functions within an organization have different needs. I mean, some people really just need to be able to get to documents a lot faster. If you think about an HR function, for an example, they have really great documentations in PDF on SharePoint, and maybe they need to be able to get to a certain point of that faster. So adding some form of AI to fast track that in that use case is completely fine. But if you're really serious about things like compliance or guiding a contact center agent to provide the right information to their customer and really support them through things like faster training or on-the-job support, then you definitely need a knowledge management system to help superpower that AI technology that you're investing in.
Yeah, okay. And you're touching on a really good point there. So, my knowledge management system might be, I've got all these Q&As in an Excel spreadsheet, or I've got, 10 PDFs, or I've built an internal website and stuff like that. How do you see that playing out into the space of AI?
Yeah, so it's really interesting. It really thinks about where are we trying to share information to and what boundaries do we need to have for it. If you have an FAQ database or an Excel spreadsheet that you're using, you have to think about how effective is this for your organization. If you're looking to scale and do something like maybe deflect calls coming from a contact center, starting with those FAQs might be a great place. But if you're thinking about, you know what, some of those can't be shared with my end customer, or maybe only a portion of that information is really fit for consumption by the public, you need to think about how you can start to segment and tag that information. And that's when a knowledge management system comes into play, because it's going to give you that flexibility to choose who sees what and what level of detail they see, and then how you share that via the AI.
Yeah, and are you seeing, like, in your future view, that AI is helping create new content for the knowledge management? So how would you see that working?
Absolutely. So when I think about a knowledge strategy, there's 3 points to it: the creation, the enrichment, and the delivery of knowledge. And that's really the flow of knowledge through an organization, whether you have that internally or externally. Now, what we've seen in the last year and a half is investment in the fast track of creation. So generative AI to really create that first draft of the knowledge management article. And that's really great, because for organizations that want to minimize the resources that they have creating knowledge and kind of repurpose them, that's really exciting. The other area that we see is the concept of knowledge, AI search and discovery. So enterprise search and the way to kind of grab unstructured data and present it in a way that now we can find in seconds. But really the superpower I believe we're going to see going in the next year and a half is, how do we enrich that data, which is the point we were talking about before. How do we segment it, tag it, personalize it, connect it into other parts of our ecosystem, so it really feels like part of every flow we're having as an internal person and an end user as well.
Yeah, wow. Okay. Look, this has been a fantastic AI in 5. Thank you. I know the time goes really fast. In just a few seconds, I'd love to ask everyone this question. What's your one big tip to anybody who's just starting out in AI, personally or business? What's your big tip?
Yeah, I think you just have to get started. Don't get stuck with planning paralysis because the whole world is moving in this direction and no one knows what they're doing, essentially. So get started, test and learn.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Samantha. We'll chat soon.
Thank you. Bye.